You know, it feels like everything we buy these days, especially tech, is almost designed to break or become obsolete, right? Like phones, appliances. But imagine a piece of really high-end technology that first took to the skies over 40 years ago, and today it's still seen as one of the very best. That's what we're digging into today. The F-16 Fighting Falcon. It just seems to defy that whole idea of planned obsolescence.
It really does. And for this deep dive, we're mainly looking at insights from the enduring legacy of the F-16 Fighting Falcon. Our mission, really, is to unpack how.
Yeah.
How does a design that originated back in the 1970s manage to stay not just relevant, but genuinely, cutting edge? We want to find those specific things, those attributes that give this incredible staying power and capability, especially when things change so fast.
Right. So as you're listening, maybe keep this question in mind. What does it take for any technology, not just a jet, to stay right at the top of its game for almost half a century? What's the secret sauce there? I mean, the F-16, it's genuinely remarkable when you think about it. Flying for over 4 decades, still active, still considered incredibly advanced and capable worldwide. It's almost hard to wrap your head around something from that era still being so dominant.
It absolutely is. And, a massive part of why it's remained so dominant, what gives it that staying power, is its sheer versatility.
Versatility, okay.
This was never designed just to do one thing. It's a true multi-role aircraft. So it can handle air-to-air combat, dogfighting, but then it can seamlessly switch to air-to-ground attack missions.
Yeah.
That alone is pretty impressive.
Sure, doing both well is a big deal.
But it goes way beyond that. It's also used effectively for reconnaissance, gathering intelligence, electronic warfare roles too, even suppressing enemy air defenses, which is a really tough job. And the key to this, how it changed this flexibility, is its ability to carry just an incredible range of weapons and sensors. We're talking missiles of all kinds, bombs, rockets, specialized pods for targeting or jamming, plus its internal cannon.
Wow, so it's like a Swiss Army knife?
Pretty much. It means you can configure it for all sorts of different missions, different threats. It adapts, and it's not picky about where it operates from, either standard air bases, aircraft carriers out at sea, even quite basic airfields if needed.
So just pause and think about that for a second. That inherent adaptability, being able to wear so many different hats and use so many different tools, how crucial is that for staying competitive for decades? Especially when the threats themselves are always changing. It's not just good at one niche thing, it's just really, really good at whatever you ask it to do. Okay, so versatility keeps it relevant across different jobs. But what about its actual performance in the air? That brings us to its agility, which is just legendary. See the footage, right? Pulling those incredible high G turns, dodging things. It's just, mind-bending. How does a plane designed back then manage that kind of extreme maneuverability?
It really comes down to some brilliant, maybe even counterintuitive design choices they made early on. Fundamentally, you've got a really sleek aerodynamic design working with a groundbreaking, for its time, fly-by-wire control system and that distinctive side stick control that the pilot uses.
Fly-by-wire, right.
Yeah, and here's maybe the aha moment. Most planes are designed to be inherently stable, right? They want to fly straight and level.
Yeah.
The F-16, though, was designed with what's called relaxed static stability.
Meaning
it's actually inherently a bit unstable without the flight control computers constantly working. Now, that sounds bad, but why do it?
Okay, yeah, why?
Because that slight instability translates directly into incredible responsiveness, agility.
Yeah.
The fly-by-wire system is making thousands of tiny adjustments every second, faster than any human could, allowing the pilot to maneuver in ways that would be physically impossible in a more stable aircraft. It basically lets the pilot push the aerodynamic limits.
Huh. So the instability is actually the key to its nimbleness.
Exactly. And it's not just the aerodynamics and computers. The whole design is incredibly pilot-focused. Think about that bubble canopy. It's frameless, giving the pilot almost completely unobstructed vision all around. Huge advantage in a dogfight.
Right. You need to see everything.
Absolutely. And even small details matter. The ejection seat, for instance, isn't straight upright. It's reclined back 30 degrees. That simple change significantly helps the pilot withstand the crushing G-forces during those high G maneuvers.
So the human factor is built right in.
Totally. It all works together. The human factors, the unique aerodynamic choices, the fly-by-wire, it allows the pilot and the machine to perform right at the edge.
So you have this incredibly versatile and agile airframe, but obviously the technology inside hasn't stood still since the 70s. How has integrating new tech kept it sharp?
Oh, absolutely critical. The F-16 has always been a platform that readily accepts new technology. I mean, and take its radar systems.
Yeah.
Modern versions have incredibly powerful radars. They can find and track targets a long way off in basically any weather, day or night.
Yeah.
And they feed data into sophisticated digital map displays right in the cockpit.
Making sense of all that information must be key.
It is. And that's where things like the high-resolution center pedestal display come in. It shows crucial tactical imagery, fusing data from the radar, from targeting pods, from other sensors, so the pilot gets a clear picture of the battle space. It lets him really leverage all that sensor information effectively.
And what about staying safe? Survivability?
Yeah, big focus there, too. It's got a whole suite of defensive systems. A warning system tells the pilot if they're being targeted. There's an automatic ground collision avoidance system, AGCAS, which has literally saved aircraft and pilots by automatically pulling the plane up if it gets too close to the ground unintentionally.
Wow. Okay.
And of course, electronic countermeasure systems, ECM. These are designed to jam or deceive enemy radars and missiles, basically shielding the aircraft from threats.
So you've got all these layers: sensing, display, protection. Integrating all that tech seamlessly, does that become a challenge in itself? Or is that modularity part of the design strength?
Well, that integration capability is definitely a strength, and it brings us perfectly to the maybe the final key piece of the puzzle: constant modernization. The F-16 hasn't just lasted, it has constantly evolved. It's been upgraded and improved relentlessly over its life. It's almost like a living platform in some ways.
It's still kind of amazing, though, that a core design from the 70s can still be the basis for a leading-edge fighter today. So what does the latest version, the Block 7072, really bring to the table? How does that keep it competitive against brand new threats?
The Block 772 is, it's practically a new aircraft under the skin in many ways. It really shows that commitment to keeping it relevant. You're looking at major upgrades like a new AESA radar that's active electronically scanned array radar, state-of-the-art stuff.
Big difference from older radars.
Oh, huge difference in capability, detection range, tracking multiple targets, resistance to jamming. It also gets a new, more powerful, more efficient engine option. The cockpit is completely revamped, big, modern, large area displays, much more intuitive for the pilot, and significantly, its structural life is extended, giving it potentially decades more service.
So it's not just software updates. These are fundamental hardware changes.
Absolutely fundamental. Plus, things like improved integration for the latest weapons, much better battle space awareness through data links and sensor fusion, and overall increased reliability, maintainability. It's this continuous cycle, you see. It's not just about patching things up. It's about proactive evolution to stay ahead, or at least competitive, with whatever new challenges emerge. Adaptability wasn't just designed initially. It's built into its whole life cycle.
Okay, so bringing this all together as we wrap up our deep dive, it's really clear the F-16's incredible legacy isn't down to just one thing. It's this powerful mix, isn't it? That inherent versatility from the start, the amazing agility from its unique design philosophy, layering on cutting-edge technology decade after decade, and crucially, that commitment to keep modernizing it. It really is a masterclass in how to make something last.
It truly is. And maybe that leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. How can the F-16 story, from its conception on a drawing board through decades of demanding service, serve as a kind of model, a template perhaps, for how we design other enduring systems or strategies, whether that's in engineering or maybe even in business, or perhaps even how we approach personal development? What does this deep dive really tell us about how you future-proof something you value in a world that just keeps changing so fast?